this game's being played too safe. It's Big Brother. Expect the unexpected.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I had no idea.
That's my decision, and I'm sticking to it. Cedric, since I've just vetoed one of your nominations for eviction, you will have to name a new house guest as a replacement nominee.
I am in a position where I kind of have to do what I have to do. With that being said, competitors have to compete. Mackenzie, I'm sorry. Take your place on the block.
It's all good, baby. No hard feelings.
I'm sorry, bro.
It's okay. I'll remember.
I'm sorry.
Hope you're up here next week, battling it out with me in the AI comp.
Yeah. I guess we gotta play.
Yeah, we do. Not a smart move. There's better players than you. You should put up with stronger power-ups. And you just blindsided me.
This is Big Brother. This is Big freaking Brother. We've been getting awful sleep. We've been getting just absolutely terrible sleep, especially me, because I don't know why, but Adouria decided she wanted to start training MMA in her sleep. And she hit me with the flying elbow the other night. Twice.
Sorry.
And she was trying to push me out the ring.
Sorry about it. In my defense, there was a brief period where you were watching a lot of WWE fighting, and in your sleep, not once but twice you did this. You put me in a chokehold like this, and then in the second time, you said, "Say uncle," in your sleep.
And did you?
Yeah, I was trying to get back to sleep, dude. I didn't give a fuck. I was just
Hell
like,
yeah.
I'll lose.
You heard that? Only winners in this house.
So
Boys rule.
I was just getting revenge. It was,
Yeah.
it was a rematch.
It was payback.
Sorry, not sorry.
It has been incredibly hot. It has been so fucking hot.
If you don't
word
have-
of advice for, yeah, I was about to say that. Word of advice for the wise, don't live in California without air conditioning. It's dreadful, bro. And especially don't live in a fucking west-facing apartment.
And don't live with your parents, because something about old people, they never want to turn on the AC. My grandma never turned on the AC.
We don't live
ever.
with our parents.
I know, but like my grandma, sometimes she'll call me and she'll be like, I actually turned on the AC today. Because that bitch is not trying to have that bill, you know?
I get it.
She's about her bag.
Also, I feel like old people they no longer have the sensations of hot or cold.
What are you talking about? Old people are like way more sensitive.
Nah.
Did you ever watch, you never saw In the Heights? It's a musical. I couldn't finish it, but the old lady dies because there's a heat wave in New York.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, she dies. I stopped watching after that.
Oh
I was
my
like,
God.
this is so sad. Lin-Manuel Miranda, why'd you do this?
It was people, Puerto Ricans singing, and then an old lady having heat stroke.
Yeah, because there was a blackout.
That's awesome, dude.
She died from the heat.
She died, dude.
She died for our sins.
R.I.P.
Yeah, bad sleep. Also, we've got mosquitoes.
We got hella mosquitoes because we live so ghetto. It's tough being a billionaire son and not having any air conditioning. My dad had a very strict rule. He said that he wasn't going to give me a penny of his money until I killed my first man. So
I'm not a man.
that's true. He wouldn't accept it.
I wouldn't count.
A fucking filthy half-breed like you as my first head.
I'm having tummy cramps.
Yeah, I mean, you've been chugging ramen every day.
Ramen and milk, only for 2 days.
Yeah, you're making like a witch's brew in your stomach.
Yeah, it feels not good.
What's that song from Harry Potter? Something wicked this way comes.
Is that from Harry Potter?
I think so.
That's a quote from
Toiling,
Macbeth.
boiling, something, trouble.
That's from Macbeth.
Is it?
Yeah, it's probably based on this.
It's based on Harry Potter. Macbeth is based on Harry Potter, guys. He stole J.K. Rowling's idea of making an old gay wizard.
Who's the old gay wizard?
Dumbledore. I don't actually even know that. I've never read the Harry Potter books, but I've heard that he's gay. The gays have claimed him. I remember my sister had the book and then...
Didn't read it.
No, she read it. She loves to read. She's got a brain. My sister's the greatest little girl there ever was. Yesterday we told her that we broke up.
And then she called me.
And it was a fun joke.
Yeah, she got stressed. I felt bad.
I know. We stressed her out in the middle of her tennis tournament.
She literally stopped the middle of her match to call us. She was like, hold on, family emergency.
Why is she Russian?
Because she's playing tennis. Your sister does kind of have Russian energy because I feel like she just does a million different things and she's good at all of them to a certain degree.
She doesn't do that many things anymore.
Okay, for a child, I think doing swim, track, tennis, I mean, we don't really have to talk about her personal life, but like she just has so many extracurriculars for somebody her age. She's got no free time.
She had way more when she was younger too.
Math on Saturdays? Ugh.
That's like church for us.
I think numbers are made up. I've never been good at math ever since second grade. Miss Brazan told me, she was like, on family night.
You know what the number one thing stopping you from being good at math is?
That I'm not Chinese.
No, that you're telling yourself you're bad at math.
I will always be bad at math.
I think you're proud of it. I think you're proud of how bad you are at math.
No, I seriously wish I was good at math. It would make my life a lot easier.
What's 2 + 2?
Joni only has 3 apples.
All right, welcome back to Sooki Sooki. I had a hair in my mouth.
Hey, our guy.
What guy? Oh.
Get him. Put him in the middle.
By the way, he made an appearance in episode 1, but has since been on sick leave. But this is our mascot. His name is Big Bro, and he's going through some stuff right now. Yeah, he's trying to figure out what exactly he wants in life, because I don't think he wants to be a mascot his whole life.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of like a hollow existence for him, and he's just doing it for a check. And,
yeah.
And let me tell you, we're paying him a lot.
Well, it's also just like, he's like, there's no longevity in this. Like, where do I go from here? Like, mascot? What does that get you?
Executive mascot?
Yeah.
Mascot, chief mascot officer. Look, there's places that you can advance to, Big Bro.
There's no upward mobility when you're a mascot, you know?
I think we just have to remind him that life is a precious thing, and you can't just put all your value in achievements.
Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get.
Remember, you are not valuable because of the things that you do. You're valuable because of how good you are at video games.
Welcome back to Sooki Sooki, the world's first Big Brother sports podcast.
Hey, I like it. I'm Tian, and this bosom young woman next to me is my mother.
Yep, I'm your mommy.
Yeah,
is how I feel sometimes.
And wow, every week we say this, but wow, what a week! What a week it's been in the Big Brother house. It ended on a kind of a boring note, but goddamn, did a lot happen.
Yeah,
a lot has happened. A lot.
This week, the way that it was set up could have had such a cool, crazy ending, and it just like, but we'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get there.
We should talk about where it all started.
Yeah, I mean, the week kicked off with the HOH competition, which was...
We left off, Lisa left, and then they did Ainsley Land, which was like a makeshift Candyland, but like not really. It was not anywhere near Candyland.
I liked it. I liked it as a game because it involved both strategic thinking and agility.
Yeah.
And I think those are the best comps. So I actually really enjoyed watching people compete because it was a comp that a lot of different people could win in, you know?
Yeah, I didn't mind. I just feel like the theme and like the design and idea behind all of the competitions is so stupid. Also, like, I feel like they completely...
Why do you feel like it's stupid?
I feel like they've forgotten about Ainsley. Because like nothing is really AI themed. These comps aren't really AI themed. Let's go to the jungle and then plug something in. Ooh, let's go to let's do this board game and just call it Ainsley Land, but really it looks like Candyland, even though it has nothing to do with Candyland.
Really kept the tech theme.
And it's just like Okay, like just like you're just slapping her name on there. And
Yeah.
You're just like, welcome to Ainsley Land. You know,
Maybe Ainsley's like Mr. Beast.
I just like I don't need them to like
Shout out
either
to Mr. Beast Burger.
either make things consistent with the theme or give us the competitions that we fucking love. You know, like the fucking I can't think of one right now, but you know, like
dude, I completely disagree. I've liked all the competitions.
I'm saying I like what they are, but I don't like the design and like how they're still putting Ainsley's name on it when it's not AI themed. Really.
Yeah, no, I think it's very cobbled together. You know, it's just, yeah, you just slap Ainsley's name on it. Oh, it's AI now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, whatever. You know, a Big Brother, for all we know, does not have a very big budget, and they make do with what they got, you know? And we appreciate you, Big Brother. Without you, we would not have our mansion. We would not have our infinity pool. We would not have a stream of young ladies coming to our island.
But we don't have AC
Her name is Ghislaine.
or screens.
You know what we mean by screens, right? Like screens on our windows. We have so many screens otherwise. We have like 10 screens. How many
1,
screens
2,
do you have at
3,
home? Comment
4,
below how many screens you have.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, counting the phones.
Plus my Nintendo Switch.
11,
Yeah.
12. I didn't count your PS5.
Plus we have a screen on we can watch Netflix on our fridge. Because we got it like that.
15.
And also our dog has a screen.
Our
Just
dog-
welded to his forehead.
He's a robot.
Yeah, it just plays How I Met Your Mother 24/7.
No, it plays How I Met Your Father. Plays How I Met Your Father until you either decide to leave or die.
Dude, we got the juice today.
We got the juice.
We got too much juice. We got to juice it down today.
No, it's good.
No,
Yeah.
we got to juice it down so we can get through the week.
Okay, I'll talk like this.
Welcome back to Sooki Sooki.
The world's first Big Brother sports podcast. I hate that. All right, so
The HOH competition happens.
and everybody
Take
keeps,
us through it, Adouria.
You want me to tell you about everybody?
Yeah.
People are falling. People can't get up. They need life alert.
And for a second, I thought maybe, because Mackenzie was doing pretty good, we thought maybe Boy Kenzie could be upgraded back to Man Kenzie because she was crushing it.
And she fell on her face.
Yeah, she felt like a dumb giraffe.
A couple people came pretty close. Tucker came pretty close.
Yeah.
Which
Kenny came pretty close, but he was just, his old bones didn't move as fast as
Kenny came pretty close. We're still kind of like a will he, won't he self-evict, and he won't, and I won't talk about that because I have a lot of strong feelings about that. But
yeah,
so
you know, in past seasons, we've seen people make dumb moves because of their showmans. Kenny's showmans is in Boston, Massachusetts.
So Cedric wins the HOH, and we see him in the diary room before where he's like, it might be time to make some moves. I'm going to win HOH. And then what does he do? Not want to get blood on his hands the entire time. Why did you win HOH?
We can't blame him for playing smart. We can't
No, but
we can't criticize him for the same reason we love him, you know?
listen, he's a very cute little boy, you know?
Yeah.
He's giving little boy, and I want to protect him, but like, why did you put yourself in a position of power when you were so not ready to make any decisions? He just went around the house and was like, ooh, who should I put up? Gee Willikers, mister, can I put you up? And then everybody was like, no. And he was like, oh, okay, I'll ask somebody else. You know what? Hey, you know what?
You want to go on the block for me? You want to give me that pussy?
His first 3 noms kind of fell into his lap a little bit because Tucker was like, put me up. Kenny was like, put me up. Angela was like, you're going to do what you got to do. Put me up. So I understand that he was like, oh, maybe this is going to be easy. People just want to be on the block.
Yeah. Well, I think he's just not a confrontational person. And I think, like, you know, he's a smart kid. He's got a good head on his shoulders, but he is a kid. He's a young person dealing with people who are much more grown and have much more experience dealing with conflict, you know? For example, Tucker, but we'll get to that.
I just don't know how you work in intelligence and then you are easily influenced by the people around you, because
He wasn't, though.
no, but he was, because he kind of quickly hops in with Tucker and Kenny and they're like, oh, we're going to be boys. And Tucker's just running that shit, kind of. We get to see kind of an interesting thing this week that happens before the nominations, which is Chelsie basically narrating all of the relationships happening, all of the crushes, who's crushing on who. You know?
It seems like some feelings are starting to develop in the Big Brother house. Love is in the air. And if you look, I never know which side it is.
Just how about you point 3 different times and then you'll just.
If you look here, 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 or here, we have a graphic showing all of the crushes that are developing this season. And as you can see, there's a lot happening and not everyone is on the same page.
Yeah. Not everybody likes who likes them.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chelsie narrates this, and it's really fun to watch. She's like, I like Cam, but Cam likes Leah, and Quinn also likes Leah, but Leah likes Tucker. Tucker likes the fish. Tucker also likes himself, but then Tucker is also crushing on Rubina, and Rubina likes Tucker. Chemo also likes Tucker. Everybody in the house likes Tucker, basically.
We don't like Tucker.
We don't like
It's
Tucker.
a fuck Tucker house.
And production, Allison Grodner, I know you're fucking watching.
Oh shit, are we on first name basis
I know you're
now?
fucking watching, okay? And Julie Chenbot, stop fucking pushing Tucker on us, okay? Stop trying to sell us your little white boy meat, okay? We know that you had high hopes
Yeah,
for
Tucker's
Matt.
the McRib, and we don't want him back.
Yeah, I know you wanted to push Matt. You had high hopes for Matt, and then Angela was like, get him out of here, and now you have to jump ship to another white guy. Stop trying to sell him to us. I don't know what's happening in the comments, but everybody likes him for some reason. Everybody wants to be on his wee-wee, and I'm not here for it. Even though he's one of my ponies, I don't want to watch him anymore.
He is ugly. Dude, he has never talked in his normal speaking voice.
He's obnoxious.
Yeah.
He thinks he's running this shit.
He doesn't take no for an answer. He's a go-getter. He's ambitious. He's sex. Oh no. It worked on me.
Oh no, now you like Tucker.
I like him. I want to
You want to give him information.
give him more than information.
Go get it, man. Get your mans. Get your mans.
So 3 candidates for the block just fall into Cedric's lap, namely Angela, Kenny, and Tucker.
In the back of his mind, though, he is thinking, like, if I have to put up a replacement nominee, it's either going to be Leah or Mackenzie, because he's hearing from other people that they've thrown his name out there, that they're nervous about him. Mackenzie also is like, I have a power. Who doesn't know about her power at this point? But Cedric is like, mayhaps I may flesh out this power.
I'm pretty sure the only person who doesn't know about Mackenzie's power is Angela.
You think so?
Yeah, I think she's the only one who's not included in any conversations, because we saw this week that Kenny actually started developing some bonds with some of the other boys.
Kenny, Tucker, and Cedric form a final 3 called the Ball Players, and they kind of start trying to work with each other, but then Cedric's real loyalty is always to the Pentagon.
And it's dead. And it's dead.
Which one?
The Ball Players. And it's dead.
Yeah, I mean they didn't even bother showing us like the naming of that. So it's not, it was never really kind of official.
Yeah.
If it doesn't make it onto the actual show, it didn't happen.
I'm just going to put it up here, and it's dead. And it's dead. It died.
It's dead.
R.I.P. It died from SIDS.
So something that we see happen this week is Chemo.
Twin.
Chemo's thinking with the wrong head now, and Tucker. So Angela, we saw last week Angela pull
Use
Tucker.
your head brain, Chemo, not your dick brain.
We saw Angela pull Tucker aside last week and say, hey, if you keep me in here, I might know some stuff. And she kind of alludes to the rumor that Quinn might have a power. Quinn has only told Angela and Chemo at this point because he's got a final 2 with Chemo. So those are the only 2 people he told. So Tucker starts to think maybe Lisa didn't have the power, even though she said, I don't have the power a million times.
Yeah.
Poor Lisa.
R.I.P. Gone but not forgotten.
Gone, but she will
In
be
the arms
gone but forgotten.
of an angel, fly.
Oh, you kind of hit that.
I always do.
So Tucker starts having this suspicion that Quinn has a power. And he starts talking to Chemo, and he's like, I think maybe Quinn has it. And Chemo went, I'm going to tell you, he does have it, and this is what it is. And then he freaking cuts to the diary room, and he's like, Tucker's handsome.
Yeah, he had no other motivation except that maybe he'll like me.
He knows it's not going to happen.
And Twin, I know you're not hearing this, but let me tell you.
Do better.
Get your shit straight, man. You have a lot to offer. You can do better than that scrawny rat boy, okay?
So we get to the veto competition. Tucker is like, I want Quinn to be an option. So there's nothing left to do but to win. And even Kenny, at some point early in the week, is like, maybe if I win, I'll do something crazy and take Angela off. That way you guys have to vote me out. So Cedric's like, I have to win because, hold on, our slave.
Our white slave. You know, he's quit the exotic dog business, and now he's into wood carving. He carves exotic miniatures of Filipino men with giant boners that you can hang your keys on. Hit him up at Alex Holiday Figures on Instagram, TikTok, and
You're
and
welcome.
Threads.
We're helping you get followers.
LinkedIn. Do you want to come in and say what's up to the people? We got viewers now. We got like 100 million views on our last video. Come say hi. Come say hi.
He's shy.
He's just mad because he didn't get pussy last night. This is our buddy Alex. Again, he makes exotic figures. Say hi to the people.
This is too many microphones.
It's not enough, actually.
He is leaving now.
He's single.
Yeah, for all the
Ladies.
60-year-old ladies watching our content, he's single.
We go into the veto competition, and it's Cedric, Angela, Tucker, Kenny, Mackenzie, and Leah. And it's an obstacle course.
It's it's Ainsley's jungle.
And you gotta weave yourself through these vines to plug in a thingy.
And boy, was it a pain in the ass to watch. Because nobody was especially good at this except for 3 people, which are Mackenzie, Tucker, and Kenny, who end up being the best 3. And in the end, sad to say, Tucker won.
Tucker won. He loves plugging things in.
He loves plugging things in.
He loves puzzles.
And to be honest, say what you will about this fuckhead, but say what you will about this fucking bastard. But look at his record, man. He is crushing it.
He's doing too much too soon.
I know it's only week 3, but it feels like very late into the game already.
A lot has happened in the first 3 weeks, so it feels like time is not really real in the Big Brother house. So Tucker wins the veto. He comes up with this fucking crazy plan. Was that better? Crazy. He marches up to the HOH room. He's talking to Cedric, Kenny, and Cam is there too, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
And he's like, dude, Quinn has this power. We got to get him out. And it fucking cuts to the diary room, and he's like, I can't sit still for too long. I get bored and shit.
Everybody's playing too safe.
So he hatches this plan to take Angela off, put Quinn up, which is what he wants Cedric to do.
Yeah. So when Tucker hatches this plan, I was hyped up. I was honestly like, I was team Tucker for a second, you know, because in my mind, had everything gone according to plan, that would have been like a legendary Big Brother move. And it's kind of shitty of him to be in the moment and be like, this is going to be a legendary Big Brother move.
When people say that, when people think that what they're doing is legendary, it never ends up as legendary.
But it could have been. It had so much potential because we talked about it already, but Quinn has been fucking playing a dumbass game, you know? He's kind of playing the game of a Paul without any of the discretion.
I don't know if I would compare him to Paul, because I do feel like he's not as obnoxious as Paul. He does have his moments in the diary room, but I think I mean, we did talk about it, like all of this could catch up to him.
Yeah.
Quinn has had so many opportunities to tell the people that he's working with, which is most of the house, about his power. When Tucker goes up to Cedric and he's like, hey, he has this power, and everybody's like, dude, like Cam is like, I'm in like 3 alliances with him, and he didn't mention it in any one of them.
Yeah.
Cedric and Joseph go to fucking Quinn, and they couldn't be more obvious. They're like, hey, so this power, do you think you have any idea of anybody who has it? And he's like, nah, man, it couldn't be me. And then it cuts to the diary room.
And the funniest part to me was when Cedric was like, and I heard the power was that you get to replace the noms. And he was like, no, I think it's 2 votes.
Yeah, what the fuck? He's had so many opportunities to be honest and just be like, you know what?
And he's had a lot of opportunities to be honest where it would benefit his game, you know?
Yeah. And he also, we don't see this on the show, but him and Cedric form a final 2 called Quality Control. So you think if he's going to tell anybody, he would tell Cedric. But I don't know. This guy has a lot of final 2s, so who knows which one is the real one.
Yeah, this is a season of people slutting themselves out. There's a lot of final 2s. There's a lot of final 3s. It's just people who don't know how to say no, and nor should they. I feel like if you're offered an alliance, you don't say no.
Yeah. Prior to the veto ceremony, because a lot of shit goes down at the veto ceremony from what we see. Prior to it, Cedric approaches Tucker and is like, hey, abandon ship. This is a great plan. Unfortunately, I've talked to everybody. We don't have the votes. You should use the veto on yourself. And Tucker went, fuck the numbers.
Yeah, fuck them. I'm going to do it anyway.
And he does.
Because my ancestors told me about manifest destiny. Take what's yours. Take what's yours.
Also feels like something Lisa would tell him about manifest destiny.
What?
I'm all about manifesting love and light.
That's not what manifest destiny is.
But like it's got manifest in it.
Do you know what manifest destiny is?
Yeah, it's like that you can create your own destiny.
No.
What is
manifest destiny is like the Western perception that they can take whatever, colonize whatever they want.
And we did. There's a lot of conversations that Cedric is having because he's like, who else can I put up outside of Quinn? He's trying to not get any blood on his hands with this now 4th nominee that he has to make.
And for those of you who missed that, it's because a lot of that happened off camera. A lot of it happened on the live streams. Yeah.
Cam divulges to Leah, because Cam's simping hard, that her and Mackenzie are possible options as replacement nominees. So she runs to Mackenzie and is like, you're an option. Go do whatever you have to do. She runs to Cedric because she's like, why are you thinking about me? Don't do that. I have a power. You don't want to make an enemy of me.
She kind of pulls a Matt.
She does pull a little bit of a Matt. I think she spent the first 2 weeks kind of just rolling over and playing dead and being like, I have a power, I'll be your friend. And now she's like, I have a power, I'll be your enemy.
She's not using her brain, man. Because
she's just a cute little goofy little lady.
Yeah, we were so wrong about her because she's lovable. She's a very adorable young lady. We thought she was Buttercup. That bitch is Bubbles.
I thought she was going to be Blossom, like leading the pack.
Yeah.
You know? And she's good at competitions. I mean, she's come pretty close in everything that she's done, but she just doesn't have she's not good up here. She's good like here in her muscles.
Yeah, she's athletic and she's good at comps, but she's not exercising any kind of critical thinking in the moment. Oh, this person's thinking about targeting me. Why don't I just put a bigger target on my back?
Yeah. On the live feeds, they come to an agreement where if Cedric puts her up, she's not going to use her power, which would be very risky because that would be a good opportunity to get her out. But she does agree. She's like, okay, I'm not going to use my power if you put me up.
So after all this goes down, the ball players kind of meet up, and I don't know where they're getting this information from, but Kenny gets it in his head that there is a very strong girl alliance brewing.
And it's being led by Brooklyn.
Yeah.
And he wants to get the women out.
Yeah, and it's coming from nowhere. There's no girl alliance. He's just like, these girls are talking. They're trying to kill me.
Literally. He's like, these bitches are crazy.
And I want to be killed. But also, I'm not going to let a woman do me in.
Yeah, no, literally. So at some point, he's like putting it in the other guys' heads that there's a woman alliance. It's being led by Brooklyn. Don't know why he thinks that. We've not seen anything of Brooklyn this whole time.
Yeah.
And then we get to the veto ceremony. And what
And
happens?
boy, shit goes down. Tucker walks into the fucking veto meeting thinking he's the man, thinking he's the top dog, thinking he has everything in his little fingies. He's controlling all of the pieces. He's Magnus Carlsen with his chess pieces. He's thinking 10 moves ahead. He goes up there. He pulls Angela off. And then he's like, Cedric, my man, go with the plan.
Despite the fact that Cedric had literally just told him moments before, use the veto on yourself. We don't have the votes to do this. I'm
Yeah.
not going with your plan.
And Cedric is like, all right, well, I'm not doing that. That's stupid. So he puts a Mackenzie, which is totally understandable. And then Tucker's just...
Tucker's brewing. He's like,
He's not brewing. He's outwardly aggressive.
yeah.
He's like, I'm gunning for you, motherfucker. I'm going to kill you. And
Yeah.
this and that. I hate whatever race you are. Grr.
Yeah. I hate that you're a little boy. So Mackenzie goes up, uses her America's veto. So now we don't know who the replacement is at this point.
And it was funny watching her use it because everyone acts surprised, and then Angela was the only one who was like genuinely surprised,
Yeah.
and everyone else was like, "What? That's crazy, bro! No way! Wow!"
Yeah, and then the fucking next episode, the announcer guy is like, Mackenzie shocked the house. No, she did not.
Yeah,
No, she did
shocked
not.
one 50-year-old lady.
Everybody knew that she had this power at this point.
Right. And so to remind the viewers at home, her power was America's veto. And to remind you again, it didn't have an expiration date. So this is a huge L on her part that she had to use it this early. And so she activates America's veto and leaves it up to a vote. And America voted 5 million.
Oh my God.
Shout out to the golden age of Big Brother because it's happening.
You
We're
know what?
so back.
There's no more important vote this year than this one.
It's the only vote I'm going to do this year.
It's the only vote that truly matters.
Hey, we're joking around here. It's very important that you vote. And it's very important that you vote for the right candidate. Okay, John McCain.
R.I.P. the GOAT. Gone too soon. He was like, what, 80?
I think when he was running, he was like 89 or
Gone
something.
too soon.
Gone too soon. He was gone in his prime, dude.
Gone but not forgotten.
So this crazy, by far the craziest veto meeting I've ever seen happens. Mackenzie activates America's veto, and then tempers are high in the house. Tucker and Cedric immediately get into it. What does Tucker say?
Tucker corners Cedric in a bedroom and is like, you now have the toughest player coming after you. I'm going to see you up on that block. It's going to be you and me in the AI arena. How do you sleep at night?
You're the ops. You're the ops. I got shooters in these streets.
No, literally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Cedric was just like, all right, let's play. Let's see what happens. And, you know, as much as Cedric is kind of a little pussy bitch this week, he didn't do anything wrong. He didn't lie to anybody.
No, yeah, he was straight up like, don't
Yeah.
do this. We don't have the numbers.
So he was completely in the right. Tucker was being a complete lunatic. Because even had Cedric not said, take yourself off, which he did, he said, use the veto on yourself, still don't do it. He literally told you don't have the votes.
There's a moment before where Cedric and Joseph have a conversation, and Cedric is like, hey, isn't it kind of bad that Quinn didn't tell us and like he's supposed to be working with us? And Joseph's like, no, man, I would have done the same thing. And Cedric was like, oh, okay, yeah, sure. I would have done the same thing too. And that's ultimately, I think, what stops him from putting up Quinn and being like, oh, okay, maybe this is a bad idea.
Yeah. So this whole confrontation happens, and Tucker is just fuming. He's been 90 days off cycle, so he's starting to feel a little irritable, and
He doesn't have his Adderall.
yeah. And so Mackenzie is also in the room at this point, and she says, "Yeah, like so, what was the plan? Because I thought the plan was for me to go up and not use the power." And Cedric is like, "What was the plan? Plans,
Plans be planning.
Plans be planning." And eventually he calls a house meeting and kind of lays out everything as it was supposed to happen. And he basically tells the house, we were going to go after Quinn because he has the power, but we ended up not going after it because we didn't have the votes.
Yeah, and then Quinn's like, you got me, I have the power.
Yeah.
And then everybody's like, why didn't you say anything? And he was like, I didn't want to be. He honestly, I think, handles this as best as he could. I really thought that this was going to bite him in the butt more, but he was just straight up like, I didn't want to be unfairly targeted. I don't plan on using it. Whether or not anybody wants to believe that is up to them.
Yeah.
But this is why I didn't tell anybody. And I think he comes out probably as good as he could.
Yeah, he comes out
pretty unscathed.
And especially with the added context of Joseph earlier basically vouching for him, being like, oh, I would have done the same thing.
Yeah.
He comes out of this better than he should have.
Yeah.
And that's great because he's one of my ponies. Keep running. Keep running. You caught a snag. You caught a snag in your hoof last week, but now you're back, okay? And you got to finish the race, buddy.
I have literally all the worst ponies. Minus Cam and Chelsie.
All the best ponies, depending on how you look at it.
I don't want to watch any of my ponies.
I love watching all of your ponies.
I want them to leave. I don't like watching Tucker. I don't like watching Kenny. I like watching Angela because of her stupid facial expressions in the background.
And so Quinn ends up being the replacement nominee, and we head into the AI arena. And the AI arena was pretty fun. It was just a ball pit.
Catching balls.
They had to catch balls whatever way they can, balls flying all over the place. They had to snatch them out of the air. And, dude, Tucker just wipes the floor with the other two. It's not even close. And, boy, this is like the worst outcome. Because he wins the AI competition, now it just becomes a super one-sided vote. And everyone is going to vote for Kenny.
Yeah, I mean, Kenny at this point knows he's leaving, and he's happy about it. I think the moment that's so funny is when Tucker announces that he wins, and Angela's just like, oh, thank God. Because now she has this, like, he's her savior, essentially.
Yeah.
She's got this weird relationship with him now where she's like, I'll do anything. I'll lick your feet.
Yeah, he stuck up for her earlier in the house meeting where he was like, Angela was telling the truth the whole time.
And she immediately started, she's like...
Yeah, dude. Her cry ratio is going through the roof right now, all right? She's the leading crier of this season.
Har, 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 little mama.
Har, 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 little mama.
You know she said that to herself. She wasn't saying that to anybody.
Yeah, she's legit spiraling in the house.
Oh, she's so, she's so Angela.
So we get to the vote. It was a 9-1 vote because obviously Tucker was going to vote. Everyone already knows that he's, he wants Quinn gone.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really, dirty his hands to do that. And Kenny goes home. No one cares. Your pony got turned into glue.
I don't have any respect for somebody who claims to be a fan of the show and has tried to be on the show for 5 years, he said. And you're not a fan. You're not a fan. You didn't self-evict. I don't have any respect for somebody who just let a week be wasted. That was the most boring end to what this week could have been.
Yeah, because let's explore the other scenarios. Let's say Kenny had won the AI arena.
I think Tucker would have gone home.
You think so? I think, yeah, that's true.
Because despite everybody finding out that Quinn now has this power, we saw Brooklyn be like, I don't know why, but I still trust him. And when Tucker was yelling at Cedric, Chelsie was in the background I don't know what votes you think you have, but the more you open your mouth, the more you actually look like a good target. In
fact, I think whether Quinn or Kenny won the AI competition, Tucker would have gone home.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if Tucker was sitting against Kenny, would...
100%.
You think Tucker would have gone home?
100%. He made himself the biggest target. He's obviously good at comps.
But there's a lot of bitches in the house that like him.
Yeah, but I think at the end of the day, they're not going to let that stop them from making the right choice.
We've seen a lot of people start to get tired of Kenny and his wishy-washiness in the game. We saw Tikor be like, I don't know if this is his strategy to tell people he doesn't want to be here, but it's not a good one.
Yeah.
I think people were ready to get rid of Kenny because now the house is filled with people who actually want to play.
Yeah, but again, this house has voted so smartly, you know?
Yeah.
So, like, when they see an opportunity to get somebody out who's going to potentially be a power player, they will.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it could have gone either way. I'm not 100% convinced that Tucker
I'm not
would've-
100% convinced, but I think it was a 90-10. Like, I think that because everything that happened with Tucker was also so fresh, like, it happened the day prior to the AI arena.
Yeah, but Rubina likes him. Chemo likes him. Leah likes him. Mackenzie's probably on his side because he's like, that wasn't the plan for you to go up. Don't worry, girl. Like,
He might have been able to rustle up the votes, but I just think that sense will prevail in the end. You know, people in the house are smart this season, and they're going to get his ass out because he's won 3 competitions in a row now.
Yeah, he's
Not in a row, 3 competitions in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, he's putting a massive target on his back and proving to be a physical threat. And he's not being quiet about it. Like, he's just like, I'm here to win. I won again. Put me up, I'll win. I'm the toughest player in this house. Like, he's being stupid.
Yeah, and also he's super unpredictable and volatile. Like, if I were in an alliance with Tucker, I would vote him out just because, he could blow up my game just because he gets bored.
Yeah, or like, if I don't go along with his plan, he's going to throw a fit and try to turn everything around on me.
Yeah. So I think the only way that Tucker didn't go home was if he won the AI arena. And unfortunately that happened, and we ended up with a very boring end to the week, which is that Kenny went home. And no one's sad about that, not even Kenny.
No, Kenny is ready to go home.
Yeah. He was ready to go back to Boston
hope
and
he
start
goes home.
harassing black people.
I hope he goes home and his family is like, dude, you were kind of a bitch up there. You're a fucking weak.
Daddy,
bitch.
why were you such a bitch?
You're like, come on. Like,
Daddy, I can't afford school supplies because you were a bitch on Big Brother.
like, how's he going to go back to work ever again?
Yeah, dude. How the cops
The
going to
cops,
respect him?
They're not. He can't be. And they're going to be like, fuck you, Kenny. Why don't you go home to your wife and cry about it?
It's just crazy that he was an undercover cop and he's that emotionally brittle. Like, undercover cops, sometimes they have to go undercover for like years, you know? And he was in the house 3 weeks and he was crumbling.
He crumbled like in the first week because we
Yeah.
saw him tell Angela, like, I'm not going to try. I'll go home. I've got good stuff waiting for me.
Yeah, literally.
He gave up in the first week. And that's why I have zero respect for him.
But in his defense, I think he was just lonely. Like, the only bond he formed right off the bat was with Matt. And he knew it was either him or Matt that was going to go home, so he was going to be alone in the house. And I don't think he deals well with being isolated.
Okay, well, he should have self-evicted. I'm never gonna change my opinion on him. I'll have zero respect for him forever.
Well, and that's one of her ponies dead.
Good. I wanted him gone.
He's dead, and now it's 4-5. All my ponies are still running strong, man. Some of them have caught a little Charlie horse, but, you know, they're
If
back.
Tucker wins, though, you're fucked. I'm coming for all of your people if Tucker wins.
We'll just see about that.
Yeah, honestly, I'm ready for Tucker to leave.
I'm not.
I'm ready for my pony to be another pony down.
It seems like you're self-evicting from our competition.
I just have the worst players. I got such a bad pick.
But as you'll see later when we do our leaderboards, you have a very good.
I do have one pretty solid person.
Yeah, you have a winner in your pack.
There's a moment on the live feeds that we don't see, and I don't know where we could sprinkle this in, but Quinn and Joseph have like a very nerdy conversation where it's kind of like the Spider-Man meme, and they're both just like, you're a super fan. Nah, you're a super fan. Yeah, I'm a super fan. Are you throwing competitions too? Yeah, I'm throwing competitions.
Have you also never had sex? Yeah, I've never had sex.
Are you also listening to all the Big Brother podcasts and ranking people in your free time? Yeah, and guess what? I also think Brooklyn might be a super fan as well.
By the way, funny tidbit about Joseph. He works at his video store for free.
No, not for free. He gets store credit.
Which, means that he might be a good poker player. So next up, we're going to be doing an early season standings of all the players that are remaining in the house. And, you know, it's just based on the information that we have right now. But who knows? By the time this comes out, we could be completely outdated. So fuck you.
I have permission to disagree with myself and change my mind.
Yeah, our opinions are subject to change.
Yeah.
We don't stand on anything.
Yeah.
So we're going to start from the bottom. And we have different lists. We created different lists so we could embrace debate. All right. And hopefully we'll have a lot to fight about.
Yes.
Okay. So do you want to start first?
For my number 13th pick, I picked Tucker. I put him right at the bottom.
And why is that?
He's just loud, and he's letting everybody know how amazing he thinks he is. He's put a great target on his back. If he doesn't win this week, it could be bad for him. But also, he's good at competitions, so I don't know. But I do think people are going to start coming after him because of how obnoxious he is.
Okay, fair. Yeah, for me, Tucker and Quinn were pretty interchangeable. But in number 13, I have Quinn. And the simple reason is because I think even if you are in an alliance with him and you have some trust for him, there's always going to be a bit of you that thinks that this guy has been lying to us the whole time, you know?
Yeah.
And as much as you can say about Tucker being a big target, being this and that, he's been very straightforward, maybe too straightforward with everybody, you know?
Yeah, people always know what he's thinking at any given moment.
Right.
Unless you're Lisa. Lisa thought he was her ally.
Yeah, there was not really any duplicity on his part. He's been very straightforward, and I think that's probably why a lot of people like him. It's just because he's so brash, and we love a daredevil.
He hasn't been... I don't know if he just forgets stuff that doesn't... Like, he just hears
He
what
100% forgets stuff.
I don't know if he's just, like, hearing what he wants to hear, you know, or he's just forgetting stuff, but Cedric... He acted like Cedric didn't tell him, hey,
yeah,
don't go with this plan.
he legitimately just forgot. And you know what? I think a lot of people believe him.
Part of me thinks that he is... I don't know how much credit I want to give him for, like, I don't know how smart I want to make him sound, but part of me does think, like, all right, this just backfired. Everybody knows about this plan that I came up with. Now I have to try to turn this around on Cedric to save my ass.
Be that as it may, I think a lot of people were swayed by him, you know? I think he's gotten a couple people on his side through his blowups, and that's why he's not at the bottom for me. Because I think Quinn, once you're labeled a liar, you're always going to be looked at as a liar.
Yeah, but Quinn has a lot of people who only speak highly of his name. Like Leah, he's not super close with Leah, but there's a moment on the live feeds where it's acknowledged that, like, they're not close, but anytime people talk about him, I don't know what the right way is to say it, but she only says good things about him to other people.
Well,
And
the reason for that could also be it's gotten out that Quinn is very well aligned in the house. You know, I think people know that he's been in a lot of alliances.
he has aligned himself with a lot of people, but he definitely thinks he has more relational equity with everybody in the house than he does. And this more really helps your point.
Yeah.
But
I'm right.
Quinn has a habit of forming these relationships, these final twos, these final threes with people, and then not following up ever again.
Yeah.
So he doesn't have as much relational equity in the house as he thinks he does.
Yeah.
But people are talking well of him. I mean, even when Brooklyn finds out that he has this power, she's like, I still trust him. And there's a moment in the last episode, in the Thursday episode, where they flash back and Cedric is talking to the Pentagon and he's like, hey, Tucker has this plan. Yeah. So the Pentagon all still has his back.
That's true. He's more well aligned. I mean, I'm not willing to fight this tooth and nail because, again, I said they were interchangeable.
Yeah.
Okay. Next up, for my number 12th pick, I have Tucker. And I think we covered it pretty much in the last discussion, but this motherfucker's running his mouth. He's making it known that he's a good competition player. He's making it known that he's volatile. And for people who are in alliances with him, that's a huge red flag. If I were, I'm just picturing myself in the house. If I were in an alliance with him, I would pull the ripcord right away because this motherfucker is liable to just blow shit up because he's bored.
Yeah. I mean, and he's literally just, he's volunteering himself on the block consistently because he's saying, I will win. I
Yeah.
have enough opportunities. I'll win something. And he is.
And that's why I put him above Quinn because I think he has the advantage over Quinn in competitions. Like he is very, very wily and I mean surprisingly good under pressure.
But we
know?
don't know because Quinn has claimed, I don't know how accurate this is, Quinn has claimed that he's throwing competitions so that he can lay low right now.
I mean, I think that's horseshit because during the Ainsley land, he was like, I'm hoping that nobody tops my score of 6. So he definitely wants HOH. It's just, yeah, maybe he's laying low, but I think even if he is laying low, there's no way I can see Quinn being better than Tucker at competitions.
No.
And I think that they're genuinely, because of the AI competitions, I think there's genuinely a possibility that Tucker lasts very long off of sheer, like, competition prowess, you know?
They have to get rid of him as soon as they have the chance, though. Like, this is so...
There is no guarantee, though, because of the...
It's so bad, yeah.
There's
You
no
never
guarantee
know.
with the AI arena.
It would have to be a mental comp.
I mean, he's not dumb.
No, but I think there are a lot of people that could beat him in a mental comp.
That's true. I mean, people stand
He's-
more of a chance.
He's not the best mentally, but he is maybe the best right now
Physically, yeah.
I put Quinn as my number 12. I mean, I think Tucker came out of this situation looking worse than he thought he would. And I think Quinn came out almost unscathed.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
So Quinn's my number 12.
I think Quinn actually came out of this better than he did before because the distrust that people had for him, he kind of assuaged a little bit of it.
Well, he was just so honest. He was like, I did what anybody else would do, and I didn't tell people about the power because I didn't want to be targeted unfairly.
Yeah.
Which is like 100%. Everybody is like, I would do the same thing. For my 11th pick, I chose Angela because I think she's doing a good job of keeping her mouth shut, laying low, and not blowing up on people. But I do think she's going to continue to be the sacrificial lamb and just constantly go up.
Yeah, but I don't think anyone else. I'm first of all, I'm in lockstep with you. I have her at 11 too. Hell yeah. But yeah, I think she is kind of fallen by the wayside in terms of someone people are looking at. You know,
Nobody's going to vote her out over like Quinn or Tucker.
exactly.
You know,
Like if you put her up against anybody else in the block, I think she's pretty likely to come out unscathed.
yeah.
Yeah.
And she'll be shocked every time.
Yeah. Because as much as she's done to damage her credibility and damage her image in the house, nobody thinks she's good at comps.
Yeah.
Nobody thinks that she is well aligned.
Yeah.
She's not a strong player in the house, and I think she's going to float her way at least a few more weeks. And also, I think because of Tucker's blow up in the position he's in, she might actually find herself an ally.
Yeah. I think, yeah. Well, I mean, she's going to do whatever Tucker wants if he wins HOH. Like, she's going to align herself with Tucker now, whether he realizes that or not.
Dude, if she and Tucker get into an alliance, they should call it the Quinn's Gambit.
I hate it. Yeah. It's good. They should. They won't because they're stupid, but that's a great name. They only have one enemy. The enemy of my enemy is my friend, basically.
Yeah, that's exactly what's happening here, yeah.
Yeah, and I think there's just too many people are blowing up and putting attention on themselves that people are going to forget about her.
Yeah, exactly. It's a very volatile house, and as volatile as she's been, there's motherfuckers blowing up all over the place.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's fucking Pearl Harbor, and then Tucker was fucking Hiroshima. You know?
Yeah.
Do you think we mention World War II too much?
I don't think we mention it enough.
For my number 10th pick, I chose Cam. And that might be a little bit of a shocker because he's so quiet, he seems well aligned, but there's a little bit of dumb bitch behavior happening behind the scenes that you guys don't know about, which is that he is thirsting for Leah and he's giving her all the dope And she obviously is just running around the house telling all her allies about it.
I wouldn't say it's to that extreme. It seems like she only really divulges information to Mackenzie, who's like her closest ally. But Cam is a little bit like also thinking with the wrong head, and he's like, I'm gonna die. He gets caught divulging information to her, and Cedric's like, what the fuck? And he's like, don't worry, dude, I won't do it again. But then they make up at some point. They have like a showmance, no-mance going on.
Yeah.
She's telling people she's not into it, but her actions say otherwise.
Yeah, and I think she's kind of got Cam tied around her little finger, you know?
Yeah.
And so that's why I put him lower.
Yeah, and when you're in a showmance, it puts a huge target on your back because everybody's going to look at you as like your one vote. Like however one of you votes, the other person's going to vote. You're always going to choose each other over everybody else.
Yeah, and it's just not a good look when we all had such high hopes for you, and the first game move you made was a fucking dumb bitch. Oh, I think I want her to touch it type move. You know?
Everybody's thirsting after Leah.
And I get it, dude. I get it. Not because of Leah, but you're in the Big Brother house. You want to touch something. You know, you want to get fucking
Yeah.
You want to get dirty, and you want.
People are like, they can't do anything in there. They can't, I don't know, they can't jack off probably.
Do you think that's why Tucker's in the shower so much?
Probably.
He's having full conversations with people while
part of me feels like Tucker might be asexual.
Nah.
I feel like he only gets hard looking at himself.
Well, that's true. That doesn't
like,
mean he's asexual.
You're the man.
Yeah, he's definitely giving American Psycho a little bit.
He's giving Narcissus. For my 10th pick, I picked Cedric. As much as the fact that he didn't want to get blood on his hands made him get blood on his hands. And I think he was just constantly easily influenced by who was around him. You know, like Tucker was like, let's get Quinn out. And he was like, that's a good idea. And then Joseph was like, actually, I would have done the same thing as Quinn. And he was like, oh, you're right. I won't put up Quinn. You know, I think he's easily influenced, and I think that can hurt him in the long run. He's in the middle of all of this drama that's happening. Tucker's going to come after him. Mackenzie may come after him. You know, he does have enough allies that I think he'll be okay, but people are definitely looking at him now.
Yeah, I think you got him a little low because I think, like, you know how Quinn said he's the most well-insulated player in the house? I think that's actually true for Cedric.
You think so?
Yeah, I think he's got the most solid alliances. I don't think anyone in his alliances has looked at him and been like, oh, like this is somebody I need to target, you know?
Yeah, but he's kind of a little bit dumb in the fact that, like, he will align himself with whoever he's in the room with. He's giving people pleaser a little bit, but I don't think he's doing it intentionally, you know?
Yeah, and I also don't think people are trying to play him. I think people genuinely think he's a smart kid and they like him. And that's really why I put him higher, is just because he's likable. And he's, you know, he's got good relationships all across the house, good, solid relationships. And he doesn't have a target in his back in my mind, even though Tucker blew up on him, because Tucker blew up on him. And so he's the bigger target.
Yeah,
he's the higher priority.
I just put him lower because of all of this mess that he's in the middle of. Even though,
you're
like,
victim blaming.
No, I'm saying, like, even though Tucker looks the worst, and that's why I put him as last, I think, like, even if you're associated with any sort of drama, it puts a target on your back. And that's why I put him there. I should have swapped him and Mackenzie maybe, but it's too late now.
Yeah, I think you got him way too low. But it's okay. I'm okay with having the better list. Comment below who you think has the better leaderboard.
For my 9th pick, I picked Mackenzie because I think she does have something to offer if people want to work with her, in that she's good at competitions, but I don't think she's that smart strategically. I don't think she's that smart strategically, and she also no longer has the power, which makes her vulnerable.
Yeah, but I think, I mean, I don't know why I'm disagreeing with you. I have her in the same spot.
You have her at number 9?
Yeah. And I think I agree with everything you said, except that I think because she doesn't have the power, the reason I put her so high is because she doesn't have the power anymore. I think she's going to get completely forgotten about because her power has been taken out of the way. I think people are going to think, oh, that's something off the list. We don't have to worry about that bitch anymore Because she's clearly not playing a good game either.
Because she has so few allies, it makes her an easy target to just even be put up there as a pawn, you know?
Yeah. No, I agree. That's why I didn't put her higher up the list. But I do think that like the heat has been taken off her using America's veto. I mean, because she fucked herself over by telling everybody. But her using America's veto has really, it's taken the target off her back.
Right.
And I don't need to go into it. I think she's just not in the spotlight right now.
Yeah.
I think she's kind of fallen by the wayside, just like Angela. And there's bigger fish to fry in the house.
Who'd you put for your number 8?
For my number 8, I put Leah. And pretty similar reason to Mackenzie. I think she's slightly more aligned with people than Mackenzie is, which is why I put her one spot higher. But I think no one thinks of her at all.
Cedric thought about her, though, quite a bit this week, putting her up as an option. So her name's definitely been thrown out there. For my number 8, I put Cam. I put him higher than you because, yes, he did get caught divulging information to Leah, but immediately apologized and was like, I won't do that again. Whether or not he really sticks to that, we'll see. But he also has the ear of literally all of the guys in the house. All of the guys, I think, trust him to a certain extent. I think he might potentially just kind of be a dumb jock. He's giving dumb jock right now.
Definitely giving dumb jock.
But I don't know if anybody realizes that he might be dumber than he appears.
He's not making good decisions.
He's just
I
not.
think you put him a little high because I think it is a big strike against him that he divulged information on his closest allies.
Only Cedric knows that, though. And I don't think Cedric...
You don't think Cedric told other people?
I don't know, but I think Cedric's the type of guy where if you apologize and then you're like, I won't do that again, he's like, all right, we're solid.
I don't know. I just think that label sticks with you. If you're a blabbermouth, I think people are going to always, they're going to think twice before they share any information with you.
Yeah, but look at Angela. She's got the biggest mouth and she's fine. Nobody's even looking at her right now.
Yeah, no one's looking at her, but also no one's telling her shit.
I think putting Cam at number 8 is accurate.
Incorrect.
I think it's accurate.
Incorrect.
It's accurate because he has the ear of literally all of the other guys, and all of the guys still trust him.
Yeah, I'm not really willing to fight over this.
Despite him divulging information to Leah, like all of the guys still trust him, and he's still in a crap ton of alliances.
That's fair. And he hasn't really won any competitions or even gotten close, so
he's not putting any targets on his back. Is he throwing competitions? I hope so.
I think 100% he is.
He better be. He better be. As a freaking ex-football player, you better be throwing these comps. And he probably is, because you don't want to come off as a threat right away, Tucker. And I have a little bit of bias because I like looking at Cam.
Yeah, I just think that his position is not as solid as it would appear to be. I think that he's on the fringes of every alliance he's in. He's not like the top guy.
Yeah. I don't know. I think he's laying low, and I think it's good for him. For my 7th pick, I picked Chemo.
Yeah.
And I put him a little bit lower on the list than I would have for the sheer fact that in the middle of the house meeting, Tucker threw his name out there and was like, Chemo told me about Quinn's power.
Yeah, and he told information on his final 2.
Not even for a good reason. Not even because him and Tucker had decided to work together. Because he has a crush on Tucker.
Yeah. So he's kind of like the gay version of Cam.
I think there was enough going on in that house meeting where nobody's really gonna notice him in the corner like, hello, I'm over here, I accidentally slipped information for no good reason at all. But if Quinn remembers, oh, here's my final 2 who just let my power out of his mouth, I think it could come back to bite him.
Yeah, and it also puts it in Quinn's head that he's working with other people. This final 2 is not the only thing he has going on.
Not even that he's willing to work with other people, that he doesn't have sound judgment, and that he's willing to tell anybody anything just because he likes looking at them.
I mean, they don't know that. They probably assume that he told Tucker that because they have an alliance together.
But it's going to sound even worse when Chemo's like, no, I told him because I have a crush on him.
I mean, that might be the best thing for him to do at this point. The best thing for him to do at this point would be to go to Quinn and be like, hey, I did tell Tucker about your power, but he's just so cute.
He's so cute, I couldn't stop myself.
I mean, woohoo!
He cornered me.
I want to say mahalo to that boy. Chemo, again, twin, my twin. This is not how we act in this family, okay? We don't let our dicks make our decisions for us.
Sure.
And for number 6, I have Cedric. And let me tell you, had everything this week not happened, Cedric would have been top of my list. You know, he was playing a very solid, quiet game. He has a lot of allies, but now he has some people looking at him. He has some people doubting whether he's telling the truth because, you know, despite Tucker being wrong in the situation, he did put it in people's heads that Cedric wanted the plan to go through.
Yeah, and he just doesn't handle confrontation well, and it makes him look suspicious.
Exactly.
Like when Mackenzie was like, so Tucker said that wasn't the plan, what was the plan? And he just kept going, what was the plan? What was the plan?
The plan, baby girl, what was the plan?
The plan was, there was a plan, but what was it? Like, that just looks suspicious. It looks like you're thinking of a lie, you know?
Yeah. So that's why I have him lower, but still, he's one of the most well-insulated players in the house. I don't think he's going to be going home anytime soon. He's a decent competitor. Yeah, I mean, he should be higher, but he really did do some damage to his game this week.
Yeah. People are looking at him now.
Yeah.
For my number 6, I put Brooklyn. And I put her lower because Kenny has already put it in a few guys' heads that she's running some sort of female alliance, an all-female alliance. So, I mean, I think I would consider her kind of a smart player. I don't think anything's going to come of it, but there have been seeds of doubt planted. So there was a makeshift collective meeting that Joseph called because for some reason they all think they're still working together. Angela's obviously not a part of it anymore. And Chelsie brings in Brooklyn now to the collective just because they're close, but she doesn't like ask anybody about this. She's not like, hey, what do you guys think about bringing in Brooklyn? So she just brings her in right away without talking to her other allies. And that makes some people suspicious of both Chelsie and Brooklyn.
Yeah, 100%.
So that's why I put her lower on the list, but I think she'll be okay.
Yeah, she has a lot of protection in place. For my number 5, I put Joseph. And my next 3 are just kind of the same type of player. They're laying low. They have friends, but they're not involved in a lot of stuff. And I think the way I made my next 3 choices is just based on how many solid allies they have in the house.
Yeah, I put Joseph for my number 5 as well because, I mean, I think he's playing a pretty good game and he's aligned enough. Like, he's got enough people that like him that I think he'll be okay. So I did the same thing. Yeah,
but I had to put him lowest out of the 3 players that I'm about to get into because he has no actual alliances.
He's in the collective.
Yeah, but that's dead.
It's not really, though, apparently.
The collective has been upgraded to just in a coma.
Yeah, I think in a coma is good.
Yeah.
For my 4th pick, I picked Leah. I put her lower than my next 3 that are above her just because, you know, she was in Cedric's head.
That's crazy that you put her that high.
I'm going to fucking tell you why right now. Listen.
I think you're on crack.
I put her higher because, yes, she's possibly in some people's heads as a possible nominee, but she squashed the situation that she had with Cedric. She worked things out with Cam. Cam's no longer upset about her for running her mouth because she just basically
denied it.
She denied it. Deny. And I don't think that was a big enough deal that that's going to come up again. And I mean, Quinn is willing to tell her whatever. Cam is willing to tell her whatever. She's got 2 very smart Cam's not that smart, but she's got two pretty solid players wrapped around her finger, willing to tell her whatever, and also willing to not let her be a nominee. Like, Cam is saying, I'm protecting you, I'm protecting you, I'm protecting you. So he's obviously, if her name comes up, he's going to be like, no, don't put her up.
Dumb bitch. I'm talking about Cam, not
Yeah,
her.
I know.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, I think she's fine. Nobody's really looking at her that hard.
I just think she's too high because she's been top of mind for nominees for the past however many weeks, you know? And she hasn't been on the block, but people have considered her every week.
Only for 2 weeks. I mean, Chelsie didn't.
There's only been 3 weeks.
Chelsie didn't really consider her, though. She was considering Mackenzie more so.
Yeah, but
I think
yeah,
she's fine.
I suppose so, yeah.
I think she has enough protection from decent players. Quinn's obviously kind of smart.
I just think it's crazy to put her above Joseph and Brooklyn. I mean, it's just crazy to put her above Joseph.
Okay, Brooklyn is lower because some people think that she's running an all-female alliance.
That I can understand, but Joseph has not been on anyone's radar at all.
Yeah, but he does not have any solid alliances, you know?
Yeah.
Like what you already said. So that's why I put Leah higher. She's got 2 men wrapped around her fingers, okay? She knows how to get out of situations, it seems. She's good at resolving conflict. The fact that she was able to convince Cedric, no, don't put me up in whatever way that happened on the live feeds shows that she knows how to get out of situations. I don't think she was ever seriously being considered, though, because had she have been really seriously considered, we would have seen her on the block already.
Yeah, and that's why I think she's a perfect 8.
And she's also doing kind of decent in some of these comps.
Yeah, she did okay in one comp.
She did okay in a couple. Well, I guess the upgrade comp was only her and Quinn, so.
Yeah.
But I think she is smart.
Yeah, I just don't think she deserves to be that high because she's not that well aligned, and she has been thought of as a nominee possibility.
Yeah, but everybody that she's been thought of by has got at least one person that they're working closely with that's going to be like, no, don't put her up, aka Quinn and Cam.
Okay, that's fair. I think you're on crack, but that's okay. All right, for my 4th pick, I have Brooklyn. And for all the reasons I said about Cedric, I think the same thing applies. She's very well aligned. She's very well insulated. The Pentagon's got her back. The only reason she's not higher is because there is a little bit of suspicion about her heading the female alliance. But I don't think people are taking that too seriously. I don't think they're thinking of that as a priority number 1.
I think Tucker is definitely somebody who will run with that, who has the possibility of running with that.
Yeah, but who's Tucker going to go for before that? Quinn and Cedric.
Yeah, but he has to put up 3 people. She's definitely an option. And also, everybody that's left in the collective is like kind of suspicious of her because she just randomly got brought in by Chelsie.
Well, too bad. She's my number 4.
Okay. Who's your number 3?
For number 3, I have T-Core. And T-Core is playing a fantastic game in my mind. She's making friends. She's keeping out of drama. She's, surprisingly well aligned, considering that she has a very good bond with Cam and Chelsie and Cedric and Joseph and Chemo and Quinn.
It's crazy for you to put T-Core below Rubina. I think that's crazy of you. I put Rubina number 3 because of her association with Tucker. They've got a showmance brewing. They kind of like each other. How much does Tucker really like her? I don't know. Maybe he's just like, kiss you on the forehead.
You know what? You've changed my mind. I'm going to change Rubina and
can't
T-Core.
change it.
I've changed
Your list is already...
It's changed. Look, above, it's changed.
No, you can't do that because
Wow, the magic of editing. It's
Then
changed.
I want to change some of my shit.
Okay, fine. I'll put it back.
Yeah.
I just put it back.
I'm serious. If you get to change stuff, I'm going to change stuff. I want to swap Mackenzie and Cedric.
Okay, and bling, that's changed.
Yeah, I put Rubina number 3 because of her association with Tucker. I think that could make her look bad.
Yeah.
Also, we've not seen her in any real solid alliances.
No. And she hasn't really had much screen time at all. And, that could be a good thing, or it could mean that she's not very well aligned in the house.
I think she is doing a good job of laying low and just playing a social game. But I do think that if in the next couple weeks she doesn't start showing that she has something to offer, aka winning a comp or something,
Yeah.
she'll very likely just be like first jury member, just seen as a floater or somebody that has nothing to offer,
Yeah. So I swapped T-Core and Rubina. I already gave my rationale for T-Core.
So
but
we have the same top three then, essentially.
yeah, we're in lockstep. I mean, we can just go through them together.
T-Core number 2.
T-Core number 2, I already said she's playing probably one of the best games
Yeah, I mean,
in the house.
I could see her also getting cut out similarly to Rubina if in the next couple weeks she doesn't prove that she has something to offer.
She almost won the second HOH comp.
Yeah. It seems like she could be good like mentally and strategically.
Yeah.
I don't know if she has anything to offer physically, and she's a very level-headed player,
Yeah.
She doesn't allow people to blow up on her and then she blows up back. Like that situation with Angela, she just was like, I'm not doing this. I'm going to walk out.
Yeah. And she is, from everything we've seen, she is very good at lying to people without seeming like she's lying. Just placating Kenny. Oh, no, it's okay. I feel that. While in the confessional, she's like, you're being a dumb bitch.
Yeah, no, literally. Yeah, so we have her as number 2. And then number 1.
Oh, one more thing about T-Core. I think the advantage she has over Rubina is that I think people genuinely think she's smart.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't think anyone thinks Rubina is particularly smart. And she also has the backing of more people than Rubina.
Yeah. She's not in a ton of official alliances, but she definitely has more allies for sure than more like solid allies that she knows, like if I'm on the block, I have these people's votes,
Yeah.
Rubina, if she's on the block against somebody, it depends on who she's up against. I think she would be fine, but
It's more up in the air.
yeah.
It's more questionable. And we have the same number 1 as well, and our number 1 is Mega Church Chelsie. Mega Church Chelsie. Woo-hoo-hoo.
Yeah, Chelsie number 1. I think like she's already shown she can win stuff. She's got good judgment. I do feel like production is pushing her a little bit. Like she's narrating so much shit that's going on in the show.
Well, I get it. She's got a big personality.
Yeah.
She's likable. She also has like she has the ability to just, get real with people and have actual conversations, as we've seen with her and Chemo.
Yeah, I also think she is doing a good job of holding her cards close to her chest in that, like, when she's watching somebody blow up, she just watches them, takes it in, and then talks shit in the diary room, instead of, like, arguing back and forth. Like, when that whole thing was going down with Tucker and Cedric, she was just standing there watching, and then in the diary room, she was like, Tucker, I don't know what votes you think you have, but you don't have those votes.
Yeah. I mean, there's not much to say about her. She's playing a squeaky clean game. And like last week, I think she conducted herself perfectly in the HOH room.
Yeah, I think she did a great job. She had a very seamless HOH.
Yeah.
What she wanted to happen did happen.
And that does it for our early season standings. We'll be updating these in the mid-season and then at the end.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not at the end because it'll just be like 3 people.
Yeah, but maybe we could say like who we think's gonna win.
Yeah. All right. You know what fucking time it is? It's game time.
It's game time.
Game time.
It's freaking game time.
This is game time.
This is freaking game time. All right.
We're going to be playing a game where I tell her a dad joke and she's going to guess who the Big Brother player I'm referring to is. So guess the Big Brother player based on the dad joke. All right. First up, to those who protested in the Boston Tea Party, don't you think you went a little overboard?
Both Kenny and Tucker are from Boston, but I think it's about Tucker because Tucker is the one who goes overboard.
Ding, 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 ding. And she's got it. All right. Don't forget to laugh at the jokes.
Is this based on players who are currently in the house or all players?
All time.
Ooh,
It's based on
that
all
makes
time.
it hard.
Okay. Last night I stayed up playing poker, but I used tarot cards. I got a full house and 4 people died.
Oh God, there's so many people this could be about because like the tarot cards, but then also the poker playing. The poker could be about Vanessa because she's a poker player, but I think it's going to be about Joseph because he's most recently on your brain and you think he's killed people because of his mustache. So I'm going to go with Joseph.
Correct!
Yeah! Ha ha ha.
She used all the context clues. She's a brainiac.
Yeah.
She's a brainiac. All right. Why can't a football player wear glasses?
Why?
Because it's a contact sport.
I think this is about Cam because he's a football player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess these are all about the same season so far. I'm trying to remember who the answer was for the last one.
Oh my God, bitch, you didn't write them down?
Oh yeah, here we go. I remember. Did you hear about the shy guy who had a crush? He was all stalk and no action.
The shy guy makes it like it could be about anybody. Like it could be about Quinn. It could be about literally anybody who's got a crush. The stalk part makes me think it's about Beast Mode Cowboy Caleb because he didn't know how to take no for an answer from Amber in their season.
So what's your answer?
Caleb?
No.
Who is it?
The answer is Mike Boogie because Dr. Will put a restraining order on him for stalking him.
Oh, but he didn't like have a crush on him. The crush part threw me off.
3 out of 4, that's not bad.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Nice.
I did good. The next game we're going to be playing is Showman's Final 2 Evict, which is a Big Brother version of F, Marry, Kill,
Yeah.
where you have to decide who you want to have a showmance with, who's your final 2, and who you're evicting. Okay, for our first scenario, Showman's Final 2 Evict. Stop mouthing the things that I'm saying.
I'm not trying to. It's a tick.
Showman's Final 2 Evict, Rachel Riley, Paul, or Frankie Grande.
Oh, God. This is my nightmare blunt rotation, dude. I would showmance Frankie. Mm-hmm. I would final 2 Paul.
Yeah.
And I would evict Rachel.
It's good to final 2 Paul because you know if you're up there against him, he's going to win second place
That's
again.
true. That's true. And I can handle being a puppet. If I don't know about it, it's okay. I'm cool. Ignorance is bliss.
Yeah, you'll be the next Josh.
I don't think I could handle being in a final 2 with Frankie, I just think he's too fake and
But you want to showmance with him?
Yeah, just, real quick.
At least if you showmance with Rachel, she's going to... Well, I guess they're both pretty good competition.
Yeah, dude. He won he won a competition all by himself against teams of 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Showmance, final 2 evict, Nicole, James, Brittany.
I love them all.
I know you do. You love one of them more, though.
I would showmance Brittany. I would final 2 Brittany, and I would evict myself. No, I would. Yeah, actually, that's true. That's right. That's what I would do.
No, do it seriously.
Okay. I would showmance Brittany. I would final 2 James because, my Asian brother, we're both Asian hillbillies. And I would evict... What was the last one?
Nicole.
And I would evict Nicole because, unfortunately, she does kind of have an annoying voice.
If you...
Oh, my God.
Here's where I think you're wrong.
What?
If you evict Nicole and final 2 with James, you're losing against James because he's literally the most likable person on the planet. If you final 2 Nicole, you win against her because she's already won. People think she's a snake.
But you know what? I want him to win.
Okay.
I want him to
respect
to
that.
get all the good things that are coming to him.
Okay.
And he would be so much fun to be in a final two with. We would pull pranks together.
He would scare you every second of every day.
Yeah. We
Which
played
is
Jinx.
Not unlike your life here. Okay. Showman's final two evict. Boogie, Frank, Memphis.
I would showman's Frank. I would final two Boogie because he's going to get second. I'm definitely more Dr. Will than Boogie, you know?
Okay.
Yeah, come
Sure.
on. I'm a slick-tongued young man with a lot to offer. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And evict Memphis.
And I would evict Memphis because he's just a fucking raging meathead, and I don't like him.
He's a bro.
Yeah, he's a dude.
Okay.
He's a jabroni.
Showman's final two evict. Derek, Will, Dan. Derek, Dr. Will, Dan.
Oh, this is hard, man. This is tough. Get Dan's ass out of the house. Get his ass out of the house. I'm evicting Dan, that's for sure.
Because he's too smart and sneaky.
Yeah, I don't trust his ass. Get his ass out of the house.
They're all smart and sneaky people.
That's first off. I mean, I would show man's Dr. Will, let's be honest.
Duh.
Let's be honest. And I would final two Derek. I'll take the second.
You take the L.
I'll take the second. That's fine.
Okay, final one. Showman's final two evict. Evil Dick, Reagan, and Jen.
I would showman's Jen, because again, I'm straight as hell. Hella straight, dude. And she's fine. And
You saying she's fine, or you're just like she's okay to look at?
she's fine.
Really, you think so?
I think she's fine.
She's a very average-looking person, I think,
But she got those big ass tatas.
and she's got a crazy personality where she just doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah, I kind of find that attractive because she's so resilient, you know? So I would definitely showman's Jen. I would final two Reagan. And get this sucker out the house. Get this rager out the house, man.
You can't evict Evil Dick.
I can.
He's the unevictable.
He's out of here, dude. He's gone.
And that does it for Showman's final two evict.
That was great. I like that segment. And next up, we're going to be guessing the Big Brother players' drink order based on their personality.
Ooh, a fun, kooky game.
Ew-wee. All right. First up, Jeff Schroeder.
Milk.
Why milk?
I just feel like he's a very milk guy. he just seems like the milk of the Big Brother players. Like,
Dude, I think he's the most Heineken man I've ever seen.
yeah, whatever. Pick a dumb dude beer, but I just feel like, like he's good for you, but like maybe not as good as we all thought.
No, I'm not. We're not guessing what he would be as a drink. We're just guessing what he would drink.
I'm still sticking with milk.
Okay.
That man seems like he drinks milk.
All right, guess Jeff is a milky boy.
Okay, Eric from Dan's first season, who was America's player.
Pepto-Bismol. That's his drink of choice. He always has an upset tummy. I can see it.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. I can't think of something better than Pepto-Bismol. I think that's the drink of choice.
Yeah. He's chugging Pepto. And it's not helping. All right. What would Evil Dick drink?
Urine.
What?
I don't know. I feel like he has.
Whose urine?
Maybe his own.
Okay.
I feel
think
like,
he drinks toxic waste.
yeah.
I think he drinks Carolina Reaper juice every morning, and he puts it in his eyes.
Ew.
His hair is not dyed red. It's just from all the Carolina Reaper juice he's drunk.
I agree with that. All right. What would Vanessa drink? You're still mouthing things.
Am I?
Yeah. You just do it slightly where you're like,
All right. I think Vanessa. I honestly think Vanessa would drink her own urine
I
because
think
she's locked up in her house and she doesn't want to go outside.
she's a poker player.
I know.
I feel like she drinks an old fashioned just to look cool.
Yeah, that makes sense.
She's
for her.
like, here I am playing poker again at the tables with my old. She doesn't talk like that,
Yeah.
but
She drinks an old fashioned because she thinks it makes her manlier.
Yeah.
And lastly, what do you think Janelle would drink?
Oh, she's gonna drink something kind of girly but super strong. Maybe like, I bet she drinks a Sex on the Beach.
Yeah, that definitely makes sense for her.
Yeah.
But I think you're wrong because I think she drinks motor oil.
Motor oil.
I think she drinks airplane fuel.
What's that stuff that you spray on metal hinges to make it stop squeaking?
She drinks WD-40.
She drinks WD-40. She's a robot.
Yeah, she's a robot.
She's literally Tin Man. She has oil can. Yeah, she drinks WD-40. That's my final answer.
Okay, I think that's right. And there we have it. That was it for the games, and I think that's the end of the episode.
Ooh, see you fuckers next week.
This is Big Brother.
This is
fucking
frickin'
Big Brother.